about developing your style. How did your style really take root?
Well, I love older music. My parents' generation's music is my favorite. Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, B.B. King I grew up listening to. So I've always loved soul music. So my songs have always been very soulful every time I write them, even no matter what I do on a guitar. So my first album was more pop soul. And and then I also did a whole blues album, which did really well. My thing is I just switch it up a lot. The latest album now is, I have 7 albums out. It's crazy. Is all chill. It's called Chill. It's all R&B, relaxed, singer, songwriter. So my style, I would always say, has the basis of funk and soul under it, though, undertones.
Mm-hmm. I like that. It's like cross-training with music. Whatever you need, you can do.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's always different.
Yeah. So let's talk about your various albums and kind of the progression and the timeline of those.
Yeah, my first album came out in 2006 when I was a teenager, and that was all my angst and all that good stuff. And that was a great album. It's called Falling In, and that was, like I said, my first album where I had my whole life to write. It was a lot of teen angst in there, and I still play a lot of those songs. Then the next one, Live On, came out in 2009, I believe. And then another album came out in 2009. I was really inspired that year, called Change It's All Right. Okay. I put out a Christmas album that year. Wow, I have so many albums. Then I released a live album. Then I have an album called Bruised and Soothed, which was another heartbreak album. Then I have an album called Where the Blues Hangs Out in 2014, all blues album. Oh, wow, I have a lot. Then I released an entire blues Christmas album in 2015, which did really well. And then Chill is my recent album.
I love it.
There's a lot.
So what are you working on now? Where do you go from here then?
Well, I just released this. I'm doing all promo for Chill now. So now this is the tour that I'm going to be on, is starting tomorrow, actually, is all for Chill.
Yeah. No, I was so glad we were able to get this interview before you launched into that. So yeah. So tour, let's talk about this tour, because I've got international listeners and they might be thinking, ooh, I need to go hear her. Where is she going and where can I find out more?
Yeah. So I'm starting on the tri-state area, New Jersey, New York, Philly, doing California, Nashville. Hopefully I'm getting to London. Cross your fingers, as I did that a couple of years ago. So I'll be announcing that. And I'm touring with a lot of major artists, which will be announced soon. You check my website, which is very exciting. And that was one of those things that I manifested when I was meditating. These 2 artists that I'm touring with came true, which is really weird. I mean, I don't even know how that happened. I really think I manifested it. Yeah, and I just signed to a record label named RL Recordings out of Chicago. So that just happened this week or last week. And that same week, my song, Hey There Devil, got on the TV show Good Trouble and Freeform. Was my first placement. So this all happened within a week.
Congratulations. That's exciting.
So this all happened within 2 weeks ago. This all happened. Yeah. So this is crazy.
I love it. Okay. We're going back into the manifestation thing because that's where my heart lives too. Yes, you did manifest those things. You absolutely did. And I think the other people that you are processing are going to be coming to pass fairly soon too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the weirdest part is the 2 artists that I'm touring with, I have been a ridiculous fan for years. And I've toured with a lot of older acts. These are actually younger, 30s. Because I usually tour with did John Oates and Hall & Oates and Average White Band, but I wanted to do more age appropriate, and I manifested that and people that I loved, and it happened. So I
love that.
You can do it.
Okay, just to be clear for some of the listeners out there, because I get these comments a lot. Well, I sat there and I thought about it and I wrote it down and it didn't happen, and I'm always like, and what did you do to make it happen?
This isn't just thinking. This is putting to action. Yeah. No.
Yes.
This was me reaching out, just series of good luck of running into certain people. I ran into one of the person I'm touring with on Instagram, and then ran in person. I led the way with my manifestation, but I put a lot of work into it.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. That's just one of my things that I'm reiterating all the time to people. You have to work, run while you pray.
Oh, yeah. You can't just write it down, sit home, and eat Cheetos. No, you have to put it to work.
Right, right. So are you comfortable talking about what are some of the other things that you are working on manifesting? How big are you going to be? Because I'm just excited by that. I mean, I've got my book coming out and already it's going to be a New York Times bestseller. And yes,
it is.
Yeah, and I'm manifesting that and I'm working on that. So I get it. And sometimes it feels a little egotistical to be like, oh, heck no, I'm changing the world with this. New York Times bestseller, second book's coming out 2 years later, blah. But I think it's important to talk about it.
Someone has to change the world. Why not us?
Yeah, exactly. So what are some of your big, audacious dreams?
I've been manifesting the tour expanding and going even further, and my new video going, worldwide that I just put out for my song Reverberate, and I'm just going for as much as I can. I'm living the musician life, and that's what I'm manifesting constantly. Being on tour, doing this. Yeah.
Let's talk about Reverberate. Where can listeners find that?
Oh, at lauracheadle.com, YouTube, everywhere. It's right there, all my socials, but LauraCheadle.com has everything you need, all my socials, and it's the first video you see when you get on. It's actually an animated music video. It's really cool. I'm the only one not animated in it, so it's pretty cool. So I'm trying to get that out. That's my biggest, I really want that video to be seen.
Nice. Why don't we link that at the bottom of my show page?
Awesome. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That
way when people download the show, they've got the video as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That'd be great.
And if they're driving, they can always find my show page.
Exactly.
And really, if people can't remember your name and my name,
just type in Cheadle, one of us will come up there.
Yeah, exactly.
I visited the town of Cheadle in England when I was touring there. It was very cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My father-in-law went there, and he said everybody came out and was all excited to meet him. And
yeah, that's so cool. That's another Cheadle. There we go.
I know. And Don Cheadle in Colorado, the actor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Don Cheadle. I always think so.
Yeah. No, I'm in Colorado. He went to high school fairly near where I went to high school.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
That's really cool. I was just in Colorado. Oh, man. Miss Joe's in Denver.
So where did you perform then?
No, I was en route to California, so I took a little pit stop. But I love Colorado. It's really nice. It was very snowy when I was there.
Got it. So did you take I-70 through, or did you go?
Yeah, I think so. I wasn't driving, so yeah, I believe so.
Got it. Yeah, because we have a vacation home a little up I-70 in Glenwood Springs, and that's just a gorgeous place to stop. And a lot of people stop there so I thought, ooh, maybe you stopped there.
I saw Red Rocks. I did the whole tourist thing. It's very cool. I'll manifest like there.
Yeah, you need to play there. Red Rocks is amazing.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cool place.
Yeah, it is. I've been there Red Rocks. I'll just tell you my fun little stories at Red Rocks. So when you're performing there, you'll think back and you'll be like, hey, the other person told me this. Yeah, I graduated from high school there. That's where we graduated, which was fun. And then one year when the Scorpions came in, I manifested this. They were my band. And I manifested a backstage pass, and I got to go back and meet everybody. And it's amazing backstage there.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, that was a manifesting in the moment. We're driving there, and it was one of those things where I said, you know what? I've never done that whole backstage thing, and they're kind of my band right now. I'm going to go back. And my friends were all like, no.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
You do that more often. Manifest.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're doing the tour.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to be touring on your own?
Of course. Mm-hmm. Right now, it's the opening act thing. That would be the ultimate manifestation.
Absolutely. What kind of music are you going to be leaning into, or is it going to stay a mix?
It's going to be R&B. Yeah, that's R. But it's not. I'm very fun on stage, dance around. It's like R&B, rock, funk. Yeah.
Yeah, you are fun. I've watched you.
Running around. It's not like 90s R&B or anything. No. Like when I say R&B, I'm like, it's, soulful.
Right. Yeah, I like that funk undertone because that describes it well.
Oh, yeah. And the fan base is a lot of different ages, which is really cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is interesting. So what do you do to connect with your fans?
Well, every social networking site is completely different. Instagram is a lot younger audience, and I have a lot on Instagram. I'm really excited about that. Facebook's older, generally. Twitter, I'm on there, but not as much. I try to be. I like Instagram a lot. It's like my favorite. But
Instagram's fun.
It's a lot of, but Instagram is it's just a different way of marketing. I always tell people, because Facebook's completely different as well to who you're marketing to.
Now, do you tailor your music and your songs to your fans, to what's happening on social, or do you just put out kind of what you feel, what you're connecting to the universe and feeling? How does that work for you?
I work a lot on impulses. So I get these impulses and I'll say, I'm going to post this right now, or I'm going to put this up. It's just whatever comes into my head. Very impulse driven. Yeah. I don't really have a formula. I kind of just see what's going on in my mind.
Yeah. I like that. So is your family going to always be your band?
For now, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have I have a non-family member drummer and bass player, but, we'll see.
Right.
They're just so good.
That's perfect. No, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much for the conversation, for the insight. Like I said, I really like to connect with real people who have done amazing things their own way. And I love pop. There's nothing wrong with pop.
Yeah.
Thank you for not falling into, okay, they say I have to do pop, so I have to do pop. I love that you are your own person and that you stand in that, and you've got integrity in that space. And
if you don't follow your heart, it's going to bite you in the butt later on. So that's what I always believe.
Yes. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also, I honor you for manifesting, for being in that meditative space, for doing the work and not just giving lip service to, oh yeah, we need to meditate. It's really great.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Even if it's 5 minutes in the morning, I'm centered all day. So it's perfect.
Yeah. And do you meditate on your own, or do you use an app, or?
I just go on YouTube sometimes and I just click, the meditative and whatever's there. That's usually what I do. I'll put whatever positivity meditation, or I'll leave it on. The vibrations will be on all day while I'm doing work on the computer.
I do that too. Some of those brainwave ones on YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube has everything. I mean, I know there are apps, but I just kind of do it all, I guess.
I love it. Oh, perfect. Well, one more time, listeners, I'm Laura Cheadle, Lora Cheadle. She is Laura, Laura Cheadle. Find either of our websites. I'm going to link her info on my site. She's probably not going to link mine on her site because I'm not a singer. But
don't worry. I'll be promoting this.
Yeah, exactly. So do you have any final words of wisdom to share with our listeners on building your dreams and living your sparkle?
Like I said before, follow your heart. It'll never do you wrong. What your intuition is never going to lead you astray.
Oh my gosh. Yes, intuition is fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And where does your tour take you first?
I'm going to be in my hometown of Pittman, New Jersey. I'm opening for one of my favorite artists of all time, Mark Broussard. So that's my first stop with one of my favorite artists. So
wonderful.
New Jersey first.
Perfect. So listeners, check her out. Check her out on her Facebook page. Come to my show page. I'll link the information. If she is coming to your town, you can actually get tickets. You can download some of her music. Watch the video. I will link that to the show page. Thank you again, Laura, for being here. It's been a pleasure. And listeners, have a wonderful week. And before we close out this week, I am going to leave you with one of Laura's amazing songs. So before you go out and flaunt, listen to this song, and I will see you all next week.